What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make Indigo Park Chapter 1 in Minecraft. This is part 11, and in this one we're going to be doing Finley's room, and also starting to get the kind of skunk room laid out. We really just only get the black concrete and then the floor in, because I didn't really want to do those walls. Anyway, that's all. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Nice voice crack. Alrighty, so to start this part, you want to get out the following. Oak slabs. Again, whatever your dirt texturing is the slab or a slab from it and a block from it. Just one of each for now. You can technically grab more because I don't think we're gonna need that much. Polished deep slate, and what do you know, black concrete. That's all we'll need for now. So yeah, if you want to grab more, you can. But me personally, I don't care. Heading through this kind of exit and almost looking back towards the beautiful palm tree from the last part, you want to take this back oak slab, which has a singular dirt block behind it. God, just words. And so from the slab, you're going to go left with a slab of a dirt block, then an actual dirt block. Then from there forward with a slab. If I just say slab, it's going to be oak, by the way. Left of that, a dirt block with a dirt slab on top. Forward with a slab. Left with a dirt block, forward with a slab, left with a dirt block with a dirt slab on top, forward with an oak slab, left with a dirt block. Behind each of those dirt blocks, you want a black concrete, including behind this slab here. From this row of 2 oak slabs, you're going to take the leftmost one and extend it forward with a dirt block. Then you'll go left with an oak slab, forward with a dirt block repeatedly until you have what, 4 dirt blocks, and then you'll place the oak slab to the left, which will line up with the second to last oak slab on the back. In front of each of the dirt blocks, just ignore that slab, you're placing black concrete, including kind of just finishing up the entire front of that row, kind of. Extend each of those black concretes up an additional 4. Which should join them to kind of where the top here goes across. Or not join it to it, but just make it 1 block shorter than that. Which will tie into the next step very nicely. In line with this bottom row, you're just filling in the ceiling with black concrete. When you do this, when you hit the end, which I will in a sec, you will kind of end up just doing a square. Well, it's not quite a square. If you kind of look diagonally, or I guess look towards the front side, which is this side, you're going to take this black and you will have, it would be 1 to the right, which is this guy, then not 1 to the right, so I guess it'd be, the next one would be toward you diagonally right, and then it'd be towards you 2 to connect into there. I can show you from above what it looks like. It kind of looks like this. A little weird, but trust the process. And I'm going to bring the polished deep set and also the rails through this section. I forgot to get them out. Just kind of like this. And I will stop the rails just to the left, or the left of this oak slab. Good lord. Cool. Finley's room is dirt free, which is great for us. You can get rid of everything but your... I'm going to keep the oak slabs, polished deep set, and the rails. Although I'm going to actually re-get them out because it's bothering me that I don't have a stack of them for some reason. Get out the following. Cobblestone. Cobblestone slabs. Cobblestone stairs. I swear were used. I swear they were used somewhere. Maybe not. Don't get them out. Blackstone slabs. We can go with that. Black concrete again, I suppose. Stone block? No, I'm gonna go stone slabs, actually. We're gonna use them for blocks if we get there, but I don't know if we will. So yeah. Starting from this opening, if you're looking at it at an angle, you want to take the right side and look kind of towards it. So I guess alternatively, you're going to be looking back towards this kind of side of the railway. You want to take this bottom black concrete, and to the left of it, place a cobblestone block. Extend it up by 5. I will then extend this cobblestone, the bottom one, forward diagonally right, forward, and then right. This cobblestone I'll bring up with 2 blocks, slab, on top, back with a block, up with a slab. Left of this front block, I'll place another block with a black stone slab on top, and off of this block behind it, I'll just place 2 blocks on top. From this top block here, I'm going to place a slab up diagonally back from it. It should be sitting on a black concrete. Behind that, 2 more cobblestone, each with a slab to the left. I'm going to kind of surround that with cobblestone, so I'm just going to really coat this black concrete with cobblestone. And I will smack a blackstone block on the corner for fun. Below that blackstone block, cobblestone. And from the cobblestone to the right... Actually, no, I'm going to continue this. I changed my mind. Sorry, this is all over the place. Behind that block, another block with an upside-down slab below. And then from the block itself, I'll have an upside-down slab behind that as well to connect into the black concrete. Now we can take the block to the right of the blackstone and extend it forward with a slab. Down with a block, down with an upside-down slab, and then back with a block. I'm going to, from the inside, just make sure that there's another block above that to just fill that in a little bit better. Heading back to the outside, is this side of it done? Yes. I'm going to take this block here. This, like, backmost left block, and extend it left with 2 slabs. Down with a... Actually, down with 2 blocks, I'm going to say. Left with a block, left with a blackstone slab, down with a cobblestone block again, left with a slab, down with a block, left with a slab, down with a block. That just gets the shaping of this laid out fully. You can actually fill all of that down with cobblestone. If you just take this first slab that we placed and bring that down with 5 cobble and just kind of fill in everything in the center to give you a oddly imperfect triangle, but it's an attempt at a triangle. It's me trying to draw a triangle and then realizing I'm too short on this line, so I just go, whomp, you know? Let's do one of those. In front of that, take this top row of slabs. Right one, you'll bring forward. Down with an upside-down slab. Left with a block. Down with an upside-down slab. I'll count down by 1 from that and place a blackstone slab here. 2 blocks below. Extend each block left by 1, and the bottom block left an additional 2. Slab on the first of those 2 blocks, and in front of the, out of this 2x2 of cobblestone we have, the bottom left one, you'll just smack another one in front. I wanted to switch that to place, I was too late into it. Left of the very furthest left block of this, you're placing an oak slab. Cobblestone. Another cobblestone on top. And then, I guess I'm going to say 3 more rows to the left of cobblestone, just like so. The first row you'll leave alone. Second, you'll place a slab on top. Third, a block. And then the fourth, you'll go 2, 3, 4 blocks on top. So it'll stick 3 up like so. Just above this highest hanging block from the previous row, you'll place an upside-down slab above. On top of that block, slab. From this block, the topmost one in general, I'm going to place another block up diagonally left. Right of that one, an upside-down slab with a block on top. And that's the height of your ceiling, if that is important for any reason. In front of that row, I'm going to take the furthest right row of this, count left, 2 blocks going up. 1 to the left, slab on top, block to the left, 1 on top, upside down slab to the right, 1 on top, block to the left, slab on top, block to the left, extend it up, upside down slab to the right, and then extend that up. I'm going to join down this row, so kind of just square off of this part. Ignore this furthest hanging back row of 2, just everything else you're squaring off. Anyway. From this row here, this row that we would have just filled down, I'm going to take this slab here, the block below it, I'll bring forward. Then to the left of that, well actually up diagonally left of that, you'll want a cobblestone, which will be brought up by 1. up with a slab, and then left with a block. And you would also want a block behind that slab. What you can do from that point is take from this still row, you want to take the bottom right block, place one in front, two to the left with a slab on top. In front of that bottom row, you almost want to do the same thing again. The only difference is you're bringing this, if you place this first block, you're extending it left 3 with a slab on top of that one. The other thing you want to do is take this cobblestone block, kind of the like top half of this row. You're going to place an opposite down slab forward diagonally left of it. Block on top, slab on top. Block to the left, slab on top again, and then another block to the left. What we can actually do now is either of these two slabs on the bottom, you're going to place rows of black concrete to the left to kind of just fill in the spacing here. I was debating on waiting to do that, but there's really no point. Starting from the bottom again, though, next row you're starting with a cobblestone slab in front of this block. Left of it, 4 blocks. Slab on top of this one, and you can place that same row of black concrete you just did twice to the left of that one, which will make this easier to start the next step, because you're just going to place a cobblestone block to the right of it. Block on top, slab on top, and then block to the left. Almost there. Almost. Next row from the bottom, you're starting with 2 slabs going over, then 3 blocks. I'll then go up from that block by 4, slab on top, block to the left. Next row, you're starting from the right and leaving a gap, 2 slabs, 2 blocks, 1 brought up, black stone slab on top, cobblestone block to the left, which you're going to bring up by 2. The top block you'll bring right by 1 and then place an opposite down slab below that. You then want to, from the previous row, again, leaving 1 block off of the right, start with 2 slabs, going left, a block, slab on top, block to the left, black stone block on top, and then a cobblestone slab above that. Next row, we're going to actually start the next rock, believe it or not. You're going to take this row with the block and slab on top and place a slab in front. Left of it, a block with a slab on top. How do I even want to start this rock? You know what? Sure, why not? Take this end slab here and extend it forward with a block, so towards you. I'll then go forward with another. Up 1. Up with a slab. Forward with a block. Up 1. Forward 1, up 2, forward with 2 blocks, up with a slab, and then forward with 1 block. The slab to the right of it, this guy, you're going to bring forward with a block, actually with 2 blocks, then up with another, up with a black stone slab, forward with a cobblestone, up 1, up with a slab, forward with a block, up 1, up with a slab, forward with 3 blocks, up 1, forward 1. And this would be kind of another corner marked. If you want to place a cobblestone here in kind of the back corner of this, or I guess the front corner of this, you can. And you could also fill in the top of this one, just kind of like this, so you kind of can see the corners of the room a little bit better as you're building. The next row, we're going to start from this particular slab and go forward with 2 oak slabs this time. 2 cobblestone. Extend up 2. Up with a slab. Forward with a block. Up with a slab. Forward with a block. Up. Forward 2. Then on top of out of those 2, the first one you would have placed, you'll place a slab on top. Second one, a block on top. I'll then go forward with another block and up with a slab again. Of this previous row, this particular row of 3 blocks here, actually it wouldn't be this row, would it be this particular block below it with the slab in front, and then you'd have the row of 3 directly above. You'll place a cobblestone forward diagonally right 1, which will be brought forward by 2. The front block you'll bring up with a block and then a slab, and the middle block you'll bring up with a slab. The front 2 blocks you'll also bring down by 1 each. Each of those you'll also bring down diagonally right by 1. The only exception, or I guess only difference here, is the front one you'll place a black stone slab on top. Either cobblestone you're bringing down by 3. This will actually put it into the floor a little bit, but that's important for the inside of this one. You'll see that later. But we're going to kind of ignore those bottom blocks. So the block above that, you'll take the furthest back one and extend it to the right with 5 blocks. Like so. Next row up, going left to right on it, you'll leave a gap, place 3 blocks, and then a slab. Next row, you'll, of these 3 middle blocks, leave the left one open, black stone slab on the middle, cobblestone slab on the right. Behind this, you want to fill a row of cobblestone in line with this bottom one that extends 1 to the right. And then you'd want another full row on top of that, actually. Next row, then, going left to right, you'll place slab, 4 blocks. Middle 2 blocks you'll bring up with a slab each. Almost there, actually, with the rocks, which is good. From the front, or I guess the back more row of this little weird rock we just made, you want to take this bottom cobblestone and extend back diagonally right with a cobblestone block. Extend right, back diagonally right 2, back diagonally left, forward diagonally left by 2? No, I guess it'd be 3. Never mind. Sorry, I can't count. And then fill in the center of this with little bean with cobblestone. Yeah, it's not really that bean-shaped. It's a little bit, but... Of this one, you want to take the first 2 diagonals on the left side here, these 2, and to the right of them, you'll place cobblestone blocks. To the right of either block, you'll place a slab, and from the back block, you'll have a slab behind, and from the front one, you'll have one in front. Cool. There is one more little rock. You can get out stone, and, well, there's one embedded in the wall as well, which we're going to make now. From this rock on the front wall here, this kind of, if you look at it from this side, it's completely flat. From this row of 2 cobble, you're going to place a row of stone forward diagonally right that's also 2 tall. You'll have another one to the right. From those, you'll place 1 oak slab behind either stone, I guess the bottom ones. Extend it right with an oak slab, and then 3 stone. The cornerstone, haha, that's funny. You'll bring up with a stone block and then a slab, and the one to the left of it, you'll place a slab on top. Of this corner row, the bottom stone I'll bring back by 3. Block on the frontmost one, slab behind that, nothing on this end one. Cool. Now for the fun part. You can take this polished deep slate here and just kind of continue bringing it left to start and then forward. And if you continue to do this, you'll eventually kind of hit this other opening. And when you are, is it there or is it might actually be further back than that. I think, no, when you are in line with this cobblestone as I am, you should be a block away from it as well. You're going to go down diagonally left with a polished deep slate. Left, forward 2, left, forward, left, forward, left, and then forward by like 20 or something. I'm not going to count it out, but just like that. And you'll place rails on each polished deep slate. This will get us to the skunk room. And then we won't actually... What is her name? I want to say Simon Smoke, but that's Bobby Playtime, so no. We don't really have a proper floor boundary, so let's fix that, shall we? Get rid of everything but your oak slabs. And get out the following. You want the following terracottas, actually. You want green, lime, orange, and then you want red concrete, white concrete, mud, stripped warped hyphae, and black concrete again, I guess. So, a block below the walls, I want to mark out the floor with something. Where this little 2x2 of stone is, I'm going to place just also green terracotta underneath it. And I will extend it right until it overhangs this kind of stone corner by 1, and left until I'm just kind of diagonally from this cobblestone. I'm just trying to make sure that you can't see this from the other side, which I guess you would be fine there, but too bad. I'll then kind of take this end right one, and I'll bring it all the way back until it should just kind of connect under the black concrete here. I'll just go like there. I'll then have a block lower than the cobblestone on this backside that'll just kind of trace this backside, and then I'll go one further than the cobblestone on this side and just kind of trace it again until I'm like there, maybe. That seems reasonable. Actually, I am going to go... Can I go to there? I should be able to go to there. Let me confirm. Yeah. How far can I actually push this? Maybe to this block here. This kind of weird polished deep set corner when it went down. Or I guess in line with the downward trend. Quite literally. It should kind of just give you some lines. You don't really need these to be perfect. We're going to use them. And the reason that I add them is because this stupid block is going to be the bane of our existence if we don't. So, yeah. But the floor you can fill in line with the oak slabs with more oak slabs. And, yeah, once you hit the point to where it goes down a block, I'm actually going to just get there now by doing this. You want to kind of off of the sides of these polished deep slates, you want to place oak planks below the slabs here. And then you would kind of just place oak slabs off the side of those planks like so. You don't need to go further than that. It doesn't actually matter how far you go. Just make sure you get this image to where this block, where it actually goes down from, you'll have a plank to the right. And then you can't have one to the left, so you would shift it forward alternatively. Just kind of like this. It's a little weird, but what isn't? Let's be real. It's quite strange overall how it does that. I don't get the reason, but what do I get anyway, you know? But yeah, you should not be able to see the green terracotta we placed. The green terracotta will be a block below this because it's just a marker. The bottom row of the wall will not be all green. There will be some, but... Anyway, that should give you this, probably. I'm going to... Okay, the stone is the front. This 2x2 of stone is the front. So I'm going to, on the wall with it, to the right of it, I'm going to place just one green terracotta. I'll then bring that up diagonally right, up diagonally right. Left of that top one, a lime terracotta. I'm not going to specify colors or terracotta versus concrete again because it's, you know... There are no duplicates. And then left of that lime, I'll place an orange with another one down diagonally left. From the top orange, I'm going to go up diagonally left with a lime. Down diagonally left. Up diagonally left. And then down diagonally left again. On the right wall, I'm going to... On top of the... I'm going to remove this corner green. And just to the right of this kind of cornerstone row again... You want to place 4 green extending up. Next row back, you want 3, then 2, then 3 lime going up, with another one kind of up diagonally back from it. And then just below that lime on the floor, you'll place a green terracotta with a red concrete on top. I'll bring the red down diagonally back 1, and then up diagonally back 2, to make a check mark, I guess. From this end red, I'll connect it down with lime, and I'll also place a lime behind it with one more on top of that lime. Behind the bottom line, oh, Lord words. I'll place an orange with another one up diagonally back, and that should give you this for that side. Good news, that's pretty much all. Fill the walls up to one higher than the highest point of this pattern with stripped warped hyphae facing up. There is one wall that is an exception to this, but it's a one block exception, so we're going to just kind of ignore it. But, yeah, you don't have to place, like, obviously if you can't see, you don't need to place it. I'm going to, and only because it's just going to be easier in my brain, I don't know, to have, like, the full room laid out as so. But, yeah, it all wants to be upward facing, which is mainly why we place this green row. It's 5 rows of warped hi-fi where there's nothing, if anybody is curious. There's literally no point in filling it there. Just for fun. You know what, I am going to skip this corner. This wall is the one exception, by the way, and the one that I'm actively filling. Cool. Oh, okay. Make sure you get this area. I know I didn't bring the green that far. I mean, at least I didn't. I guess I should. But just make sure that all the gaps are filled where the warp kind of goes across. Again, don't worry about that if you can see it through. It's not going to matter. On this wall between where the hole where Finley is and the entrance, you want a white concrete. It's in line with this top black stone slab. It's just like 2 blocks behind it. Like so. And then above this point, you would want... In total, you have 3 more rows of your wall. So if I just take a random block, I place 3 strip board hi-fi on top. You will want 2 things that I'm not going to tell you block for block here. You want the mud texturing, and you just want kind of white concretes dotted around. If you want to watch my screen carefully, I'm going to kind of be copying it block for what I have. Like, as you can see, I'll start with this wall, then I'll have a white there. And maybe for this row, I'll go there, and I'll place maybe a mud. Maybe another mud, maybe a white. And then this would be the corner, so I'll maybe have mud there. Maybe there, maybe, that'd be a white. Like this, kind of, as you can see. Just something along the lines of that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Or the same. But I'm kind of copying what I have. Well, I say kind of, but I am. So if you do, again, if you do so care. But I don't think it's something you should be worried about. Because things like this generally aren't going to be block for block from me. Because it's kind of a judgment. I don't want to say it's a judgment call, but it is a judgment call, definitely. Like, you kind of get an idea in your head. Again, as I think I've said this before with the texture. I guess I would have said the last part, actually. I know for sure. It's just like, look at it, memorize it, and then build it off memory, rather than trying to copy it as you're looking at it. And that kind of gives you a decent, whoopsies, a decent kind of look. And I have a black concrete here, and I have no idea why. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why this thing is here. I think you probably heard that identity crisis in the last part, but I'm still confused by it. I am leaving it, but I forgot, so... Alright, I forgot why it was there. Like, surely there's a reason, but I mean, you can't see it from the other side, so it make no sense. But anyway, you should have this, and again, if you want a slow pan around, it should look like this. Cool. A block above the height of the walls, you can fill in the ceiling with black concrete. I am going to fill over the cobblestone, even though you can't see it, just because I kind of feel like doing the full square or rectangle. I don't know. What is this room? It's like the closest we're going to get to a square, probably. Accidentally. Actually, no, it should be a square, shouldn't it? If the polished deep slate lines up, it's a square. Right? Well, no, not necessarily. Because it might be off. I'm not sure. It just, like, it looks like it does, but I don't actually... I'd have to look at the corners. Like, I'd have to go, you know? But I can't even use that because of that extra block. So I don't think it is. I think it's a block off from being a square. Which would be tragic. Not that it matters, but I'm still going to call it tragic. Anyway, cool. We have, like, one more small thing to do in here. And then we get to move on to the arguably worst room. I'm probably going to for that room, just get a lot of it marked, and maybe even start the area after it, and then come back to that room, because I'm trying to split up all the pixel art stuff, because it's bad. I know it's real annoying. Get out the following. Waxed weathered cut copper slab, known favorite and short block name. Bamboo slab. And then you want the corals. Now, fire, brain, bubble, tube, and horn. The decorations, not the fans, the just like normal ones, these ones. So if you are in Bedrock specifically, I do not know if this works in Java. You can try. If you go down into your game settings, all the way down, random tick speed, make sure this is set at 0. If it is not set at 0, this will not work. You want to place these corals around. And again, if you want this block for block, I will give it to you. I don't have a ton, because I think these are more important to be block for block. Finley's rock, which is the one with the black concrete, is the back right for this. On the back left, kind of in this little crevice, fire coral. And you will see it will not die. On the right side, for some reason fans do, by the way, but these don't. I don't know why. At least they did at the time of making this map. I don't know if it's still the case. On Finley's rock, you want to take this kind of back left cobblestone in the flat portion. You want a horn coral on, which is the yellow one. Front right, you want a bubble. Higher up on the rock on the front side, it'll be this cobblestone you'll place a horn on top of. Actually, the same Y height on the left side, this front block you'll place a horn on. And then kind of back diagonally right and up, you'll have a brain coral on that block. From the bubble coral, you'll kind of have... Do not try to place off of it. Actually, no. Oh, you can... Right. That's what happens. Okay. But up diagonally left and back of it, you'll have a... Well, actually, I guess not up, but you'll have an upside down wax weathered cut copper slab in that position. Yeah, if you place off of the coral, it updates and then dies. I forgot that was how that worked. It's weird. I really don't know. You want a bamboo slab on top, though. From the waxed, or the copper slab itself, you have another copper upside down slab, back diagonally left. Block on top. Back diagonally left, another upside down wax weathered cut copper slab with a bamboo slab on top this time. And, cool, that should be Finley's room done. So yeah, I don't know why the block update does that. Bedrock is such a strange game. I kind of wish they just wouldn't die at all. I'd love to just be able to have them. Anyway, yeah, let's move on to the next room, which is not going to be any more enjoyable. Start off by getting out the following. Polished deep slate. Rails, who would have guessed that one, am I right? Oak slabs. Blackstone slabs. Cobblestone slabs. Just regular old cobblestone, the block version. Black concrete, and dark prismarine, and that should be everything we'll need. So, we might actually not need the polished deep center rails, depending on how far we brought it. So, if you look from the outside here, take this row of cobblestone on the right. And I guess off of the second row, you'll place a row of black concrete kind of to the left. You'll then go diagonally forward and left with another row that should just be... How tall do we want it, actually? You would want the first row only 4 tall, but you'd want the second, which should be 11. So you see I have 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is why that block is a black concrete. That makes sense. It's still covered, but... so I'll get to that in a sec. Off of the kind of other side here, you would take this row of cobblestone, which you will have to extend down by 1, so it's kind of behind the slab. And I guess alternatively to the left of the slab, you'll have a row of 4 black concrete, with another one forward diagonally left, with another one in front, and then forward diagonally left of that, you'll have your row of 11. Cool. You kind of want to shave down what is between these. Now, you can't to an extent. You can only shave off this very corner cobblestone if you placed it, I think. You can no, you can only shave off the corner, yeah. So you would have this kind of L shape of cobblestone. If you just take the top black and connect it over top with kind of the roof as a right angle, what you can do is bring this block that would be embedded in the wall towards you with an upside down slab. Slab on top of both that upside down slab and this block. You'll also do 2 other things with that block. You'll bring it forward by 1 and down with an upside down slab. I'll then take the cobblestone to the right of that and bring it down with 3 black concrete. I will extend that bottom black back 1 and left 2. And then bring those blacks up the same to fill in whatever you can. It should look like this, although I think this cobblestone you can remove as well, yeah. I don't think this one... Yes, that would be correct. And then if you kind of look from the other side, you would take this black and kind of just bring it forward to fill in the underside here. You'd want to make sure you're staying a block back from the cobblestone, but you're still just kind of filling in line with the top of it. It's a little weird. This whole section is kind of weird, I am well aware. But yeah, you can actually replace this with like a mud if you want, because you can't see it again. I don't think. Yeah, you see it's this cobblestone blocks that, so... You know, I'll probably end up changing that on the original, because I have to revise for the coral anyway. So, yeah. Off of these sides of the rails here, you want to place oak slabs, only to the edge of the black concrete, or the edge of the diagonal. So they should be in line like this, as you can see. If I take the, not this end one on the left, but the one before it, I would extend that one left with 2 slabs, and then just kind of square that off, so place another one in this corner. That row of 2 slabs on the left, I'll bring forward an additional row. Place 1 oak slab on the right, and that would be it. From the other side, I will bring this oak slab forward by 5, which would make it a total row of 6, which would mean you can bring the middle 4 to the left, like so. I'll then continue those oak slabs forward with black stone slabs until I am about at whatever the edge of the rails are that I have for now. We will get this figured out and make sure that it is correct in a second. I think I'm off, personally. I think I'm very off, but we'll see. Anyway, this kind of back row of black concrete I'll extend to the left by just 3 for now. Well, actually, that's just 8 you would need in general. You then want to extend it towards you by 10. Like so. Then in the floor from that, I would place 28 dark prismarine still going forward. So this would be 1, and then you get the point how to count from there. Like so. And then off of the end of that, I'll place another black concrete kind of up diagonally. You can bring the blackstone stuff all the way until you are 1 short of the black concrete, or alternatively in line with the last dark prismarine. We're not going to fill... Well, we're going to fill the black concrete up, but we're not going to fill in the ceiling or anything, so if this happens to be wrong, we'll know very quickly, trust me. For the next part, though. This full row of dark prismarine I'll also bring backwards by 19 rows. Like so, and you can just square this off and create a floor. This is just the floor for the area. We're gonna, again, leave the walls out because I'm not really feeling those. And we will start next part with doing the walls just to get them out of the way. And then after that, I think we're clear of that kind of wall detailing. We will have to do the clouds in the landing pad, but that's like a lot of ways away still. We have like a whole bunch else to go through first. A lot more dirt piles too. Yippee! Not actually, I hate those. For the main area, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, but I'm probably going to show you the rough spacing as to where they start, and then I'll just kind of give you like the basis and do what I've been doing where I show it on the other build. It's a lot more, though, this time. But it's going to save, like, a full 2 parts worth if I don't do it block for block, trust me. It's going to be better. Off of the front kind of, or I guess the right side of these slabs here, you're going to place a row of black concrete that should end in line with the opposite side one, I think. You'll technically have to go further eventually, but meh. And then bring each black concrete up to the height of the other ones. Which should be 10 up in total, by the way. Case you need the number. And I want to check, and yes, you should just be a block and a half above that. But yeah, we will fill in the ceiling, I think, for this part. Just to have it done, because why not, you know? no real point in waiting. But yeah, that's pretty good progress for the 2 parts I recorded today. Obviously, it's not a ton of rooms, but I mean, that's the PPT experience right there. Spending an hour on 1 room. Not actually, but... Well, I guess it is a chapter 1 experience. Make a Friend's tutorial being almost 2 hours. Was it, like, was it 153 or 135? It was one of those 2, I feel like. We're in the range of that. I could check, but, that's a lot of work. Don't forget this little guy over here. Just like so. The fun part about this is the ceiling actually will stay flat even as the rails go up. But yeah, you can fill in the ceiling a block above the black with black concrete for this little part. Again, if you want to go above the dark prismarine, you can. I'm just going to wait because I don't really feel a reason to start all that. But anything we can do before I end? Because we're a little under the 40 minutes. Let me see if there's anything, like, small in this room. It's kind of all just dirt. That's the problem. Like, it's really going to be another situation of showing, not telling, after we do the walls. I can show you it, actually. I guess I'll end there. I will show it again at the next part, but just so you guys can kind of be prepared for what is actually happening. Like, I might show you this stuff block for block. Or maybe not even that necessarily, but just showing you the shape of this, because that's literally only 2 blocks, actually. Wow, crazy. But, like, all of this, I'll probably do the big rocks, maybe get the fences and, like, the dragon eggs and stuff. But for the main dirt itself, and even some like this, I might not show. I don't know. Why is it burned? And then, as I mentioned, this ends up being a hole in the ceiling, probably, but we'll get there when we get there. And you can see the wall texturing is, yeah, it's gonna be a lot. But anyway, I'm just gonna end here because it's good enough. Once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is part 11 of Indigo Park Chapter 1 complete. Yeah, next part will hopefully just be that room, and then if we could even get, like, most of the little power puzzle laid out, I would love that. I guess not power puzzle, but the little gear puzzle. Yeah, we're making progress for sure. Once we get past the train ride, I think it'll definitely start to feel better because a lot of it from there is easier. Well, not really, but it just feels like you're closer to the end. I don't know. The train feels so early in it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.